Good morning, guys. Or good morning. What the hell? I'm saying good morning because I just got up from a nap. It was a good nap. Okay. It was a much needed nap. Wait, come on. Get getting my phone ready so I can keep up with the chat when I'm mobile. I like to move. Oh, wait. I'm just pushing all the wrong buttons today. I like to keep up with the chat while I'm mobile. Let's see. There we go. Hey, Bama. John, what's going on? Hey, Chief. Let me go over. Go over this way. I gotta gotta get my coffee. I've been missing my Hello Kitty cup. A little cream in there. All right. What happened to you? What are you doing? Why are you looking over here? All right. Shut up, phone. Hey, Ray Bama. John's here. Time for a beer. John says hi, Chief, and everyone. No, it's I'm back in my routine. Drink my evening cup of coffee. I like coffee in the evening. I always say that I'm like undiagnosed ADHD. So caffeine just kind of relaxes me, kind of opposite of like everybody else or everybody that's not ADHD. But as you can see, I'm back in Tagaytay because I can wear a hoodie. It's nice, cool evening. Let's go to the window. Let's see what's going on outside. Let's see what we got going on here. You can't really see much. It's dark. It was raining earlier, but it stopped raining and now it's nice and cool. Uh, John said I can't be ADHD because I'm too chill. Uh, yeah, I don't know. I'm uh, I'm chill, but like I'm kind of distracted easily. Like, what the hell is this water? Uh, Evening, Robert Ford. How are things in Indonesia? I haven't really. I hardly keep track of weather and news and pretty much anything relevant to human existence. I'm selfish. But is Indonesia in any kind of path of any of these weather systems, Robert? Rena, like done. Thanks, Rena. Appreciate you. Rena, what's your favorite Indian food to cook? Like, what is your specialty? Happy Nevarati, sir. I do not know what that is, Rena, but I am gonna look it up because I like learning new things, and I'm sure it has something to do with Indian culture. And I am not well versed, but we got water everywhere. I took a nap from about 3:30 to 6. Uh, made myself something to eat, and I fried up some pork chops and went to the store, got some pork chops, some bread, and had me a pork chop sandwich with some Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce and some chips and some Pepsi. And then I crashed out. I was worn out from the trip back. Robert said, hit by 5.7 earthquake a few hours ago, bit of shaking, but okay. Yeah, I get those eventually here, or occasionally here too, Robert. It's like, I think the last one was like 5.1 or something, and it just kind of vibrated my bed a little bit. It was like being in one of those seedy motel rooms where you put in a quarter to vibrate the bed. Yeah, good times. I guess while I'm waiting for Rena to answer my many questions, Angel said hi. Angel, how you doing? How you doing, sir? I'm doing good, Rena. Enjoy coffee. Thank you, Rena. Right now I am Googling Navarrete. Roddy, what is that? Navaratri is an annual Hindu festival observed in honor of the goddess Durga, an aspect of Adi Parashakti, the supreme goddess. It spans over 9 nights, first in the month of Chaitra and again in the month of Ashvin. Okay, now later on I'm gonna have to read about Durga, Adi Parashakti, and Chaitra and Ashvin. Okay, I'll save that in my search so that I can go back and my Durga festival. Okay, having the cup of Joe. Yeah, it's my. I'm Angel. I miss my Hello Kitty cup. I miss my Hello Kitty cup. And also having coffee in the evening, because normally I was too drunk to drink coffee on the whole trip. James said the headache powder helped. Awesome. I knew it would. Like BC powder, like it works quick. That's why, like, whenever you guys were out and Karen was having those headaches, I felt bad, and so I said, when I go visit them, I'm bringing them a whole big box of BC powder because I'm a big believer. I still have plenty here because I had 2 big boxes because I never PK said, oh, that's why you said it was a Hello Kitty string. Oh yeah, like why are you freaking out, camera, going up and down? You're nodding at me. Every time my head goes up, I might have to take the follow off. It's kind of tripping me out. Angel said, yeah, I'm having coffee also. Yeah, I mean your morning time. It's probably a little more normal for you to be having coffee at this time, but it's 8 o'clock at night here. But like I said, I don't know. I have coffee in the evening. It relaxes me. Angel said, I love BC powder. Yeah, it's the best. And, bring it with you. You're not going to find it here. I brought a bunch. Rena said, sir, do you know Mata Dunga? No, I'm not familiar with too much in the Hindu religion. Like I do plan on looking it up after the live stream because, like I said, I like to learn new things, different things about different cultures, and I find it fascinating. PK, 6 a.m. here, about time for me to go to bed. Hello. I hear you, PK. you're not gonna offend me. I know that like you've been up supporting live streams all day. You know, we talked for what was I on earlier? Like 3 hours before I had my nap. But I kind of felt like I need to kind of get back into my evening live stream because there's a lot of people, that were used to watching me kind of at this time that um, wasn't watching me when I was, you know, doing live streams all over the place, and they're like, "Oh, I haven't seen you in a while." Well, no, we've just been on different times. So uh, PK said, "Hi, yeah." PK, you're in Georgia, right? PK's in where? Um, where? No, in the desert, or was that Chief? Let's see. Chief is in West Virginia. Angel, did you delete your moderator? I didn't delete them. I just took all the moderators off because, like, honestly, I don't need moderators and everybody. The reason I did it, like, the reason I made everybody moderators was, like, they were subscribing to each other's channel, and I think everybody's pretty much subscribed to everybody now. Any rum in your coffee? No, and I need to get some Baileys. Next time I go to S&R, I'll get a bottle of Baileys to put in the refrigerator. Every once in a while, put a few drops in there, a few more drops, lots of drops. But I'll put lots of drops in. Dungamate is very powerful woman. God. Yeah, I got that from what I was reading on Google. She's like the main goddess in the Hindu religion. Well, you know that when I go to bed, I'll leave your stream up, just mute it so you get credit for the view. Okay, I appreciate you, PK. I'm close on watch hours. I'm real close to like the first level. Uh, I think I'm probably I'm definitely within like 50 watch hours at the most of getting to the first level. Let's see. PK, I'm in New Mexico, and you're right. I live in the hell that is the high desert. Yeah, I knew you lived in the desert. Chiefs in West Virginia. I'm trying to think who's in Georgia. Where, Bama. Okay, trying to remember who it is. Yeah, now I'm trying to remember who's in Georgia too. Bama. Rena said, "Yes, sir." Yeah, I'm gonna learn. I'm definitely gonna check it out, Rena. I want to learn about stuff. Sick dude, close to getting monetized. Yeah, like the first level of monetization is 500 subscribers and 3,000 watch hours, and I'm at like 800 and I don't know, 800 and I just say 810. I don't know. I'm guessing subscribers, and the last time I checked, it was like 2,900 and 30 watch hours, maybe something like that. So 818 subs right now. Okay, yeah, I knew I was, over 800. So like the next, why am I buffering for you guys, or is it just this phone? Because sometimes like my phone will buffer, but I'm not actually buffering. I like to watch it. Y'all tell me if am I choppy or is it my other phone? Nah, you're good. Okay, yeah. I just had to refresh my other phone. I like to watch sometimes I miss comments and then I can catch up on here. But yeah, after I get that first level, it won't be too hard to get to the next level. Rena said, "Sir, your channel is half monetization." Yeah, I for the first level of monetization, uh, it's got 2 requirements, and I'm well past the first one. And then the next requirement is 1,000 subscribers and 4,000, so another 1,000 watch hours, uh, and another not even 200 subscribers. So that shouldn't take too terribly long. It'll just be a weight off my chest, once I, get that initial level of monetization, and I do all the stuff for YouTube to like register, and I think I only have to do that once. I think or I don't know if you have to sign up for AdSense. Angel said, "I got my new GoPro and new laptop and little microphones. I'm ready to start adding more YouTube." That's awesome, Angel. Like, watch lots of YouTube videos, like how to make content and stuff like that. That's what I did. It helps, and it's interesting. Like, if you like that kind of stuff. Very good, sir. Perry DG. I'm gonna have to learn what that means, Rena. Party to Bunta H. Party. All right, Rena. Rena's the party. Rena, what you never did tell me. What's your favorite, or what's not your favorite? What is the Indian dish that you cook the best? What dish do you cook that everybody says, "Oh, Rena, this is amazing. This is the best whatever food dish I've ever had"? What is that? What is that for you? PK said, "Nice, Angel. If you have a decently new GoPro, you shouldn't need a mic for most things, but a good wireless lapel mic is nice to have." Yeah, I still have to get mine fixed. I told you all about, I normally have, hold on. I normally have a wireless mic because I get up and walk around and stuff, so it's good to have, because I'll be, when I'm doing live, I'm mobile. Like, I can't sit still. But my receiver crapped out, and now I got to get that fixed. Rena said, "Sir, where is Jim B?" I have no idea. Give me. Wait. What is that say? Wait. Give me. Is that a dish, Rena? What is involved in give me? But that sounds like my kind of dish. Like, give me more, give me. Give me more, give me. That's what I would be saying. Rena, cook me some give me, and give me more, give me. Angel, I got the newest GoPro. Okay. Rena said, "Thank you, sir." PK, yeah, I want to know that too. I'm a chef, so would love to know what you are good at making. Yeah, I've watched Rena's channel quite a few times. I can't ever understand anything that's going on, but I watch it. JJ, hey JJ, what's going on, my brother? Hey Chief. PK, nice. I'm using the Hero 12s. I have 4 of them though. LOL. Yeah, I need to get like a good camera like that. I bought some cheap one from Lazada or something, like I don't know if it's a Chinese knockoff. And then I bought a really good SD card, and I can't format the SD card to use the camera. I gave up on it. I'm like, screw it. I spent all that money on, an SD card, and I can't use the camera. Oh, okay. D D means give me. Okay. So the dish is give me. Is that what the dish is called? What is it? Wait, hold on. Pare DG. Something give me. Okay. JJ says I Chief and PK. Yeah, I'd like to learn how to make a dish that is basically called give me. That sounds like it would be delicious. And I kind of wish I knew how. Why does the floor keep getting wet here for some reason? Like I keep drying the floor. It's getting water from somewhere. I thought after I dried it up, all the water would be gone. I'm just gonna have to put this towel under my feet. This floor is wet right here. I'm not really drying it now because this towel is wet. I might have to get another towel. You keep spilling your coffee, huh? No, it's not that. I left my window open while I was taking a nap, and it started raining, and I got rain in here, and got the floor wet, and I dried it up. But every time I dry the floor, like more water comes. So I'm wondering if is there like water behind the couch or something? No, it looks dry back there. I don't know. But I had to go get a. Oh, the thing's not in follow mode. PK said the two problems I have had with GoPros is that here in the desert, when it's 110, they like to overheat. Okay. Also, do not trust them to be waterproof. In the rain is okay, but use a waterproof housing to go underwater. Yeah, the one I bought had like a whole, and it, of course it's a knockoff. It's not like a GoPro, but yeah, it came with like the whole case and everything for underwater. My brother James is here. So hello everyone. Having coffee with you, James. Back to my routine. Angel Baker said good advice. Yeah, PK gives good advice. Let me put up the pan. All right, I gotta go get this condo is a mess. It was semi clean whenever I left, you know. But then I got back and I just threw everything everywhere. It's all piled up. I haven't made the bed yet because I stripped the sheets before I left. But since I've gotten back, man, I was so tired. I just grabbed my blanket and just laid down on the mattress and fell asleep. But after my live stream, I'll make the bed up. Wait. Ray, did you have a senior moment on the floor? Might be where the water is coming from, Ella. No, no senior moments. I don't need any depends or anything like that. Like I said, I dried the floor. I thought I dried the floor, and then I was just sitting here, and all of a sudden, there's like a little water spot again. It was weird. JJ, have to run, guys. Later, take care, Ray. Thanks, JJ. I'll see you on the next time. Appreciate you being here. And oh, that's so good. I've missed my Keurig too. Don't get me wrong. I've enjoyed the coffee. Like, I'm not gonna complain someone giving me free coffee, but I do like my Keurig coffee. It is tasty. And I didn't even add any sugar. That was pretty good. It was some kind of Twix coffee with some creamer in it. It was yummy. But I'll sit over here. Wait, how come you're not following me? What's going on with you? Get with the program. Just because I haven't been doing live streams with you too much lately, you think you can just be lazy? Can't be lazy. You need to get with the program. Replace you with a GoPro. No, I don't know if I would get a GoPro. I'd have to do some research. Like, I haven't done research on like action camera. My problem with like the GoPro or the little DJI is like the screen is so small and I can't see well normally, or not, gotta use reading glasses. I'm sure gonna miss my Texas pecan flavored coffee. Bring it with you. Bring me some. Is it K-cups, or like do you have like a bag? Like, you can get a coffee maker that brews coffee here. You can't get a Keurig because Keurig only makes 110 coffee maker, so you have to get a voltage converter, step down transformer to use a Keurig. But yeah, I really enjoyed my trip, and I'm also really glad to be back home. There's something about having everything familiar, like knowing where everything is. My hosts were great, but like I said, it's just something that's comforting. It's like where where everything is. You don't have to ask like, where is this, where is that, what do you like. Sometimes a little awkward for me. Like, I'd rather just go without than ask something that it's like, I don't like to be a pest. You know what I mean? It's ground coffee. I sometimes buy the beans and grind them myself. Yeah, you can get coffee grinders, so you can buy coffee beans here at the mahogany market. And I don't know what all kinds they have. They have like a assortment of different kinds of coffee beans, and they'll grind them for you. Whatever kind of grind you want. If you want a coarse grind or a fine grind or anything like that, and then you can just bring it home and to your coffee pot. And they're supposed to have really good coffee here in the Philippines. I haven't really tried any. John Double, hello from Australia. How are you, Ray? Is it cold there? No, it's cool. It's not cold. And like, I normally wouldn't even be wearing this hoodie, but come on, LSU is like ranked number 3 in the nation or something like that. So you got to represent. And being back here in Tagaytay, I can actually wear a hoodie and not be sweating. Cigarette, oh my God. I know, Rena. I need to quit. I do. I really do. PK, you are very welcome, Angel. I was on a month-long camping trip in Hawaii, and on the last day I put my GoPro in a tiny tide pool to get some B-roll of some cool little fish, and the camera decided to stop being waterproof in like 2 minutes of being under less than 3 inches of water. It fried the camera and the SD card, so you lost all the footage you had shot before. That sucks. So I lost pretty much all my good footage of that trip, and I went on it specifically to record for YouTube. Yeah, that's terrible. I mean, it's a curse and a blessing. It's a blessing that you learned a valuable lesson, and you know, like it might be a good idea to, you know, to have, you know, uh, maybe multiple SD cards and uh, like film each day with a different one. So maybe you only lose a day if something happens to an SD card or something. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just thinking out loud, and sometimes my thoughts don't make any sense. John Platt said, like a condo, Ray, it's cheap. Is electricity and water bill included? No. And my electricity wasn't. The water's included. Uh, and my electricity bill wasn't as cheap as I thought it was going to be. But then I realized it goes from the 15th to the 15th. So so half of last month was on the bill because I've been gone most of this month. But it was still like my electricity bill was like 1,100 pesos, so not bad. The month before that it was 1,800, and I used air conditioning a couple times that month. Normally I don't use any air conditioning. Sir, I guess your health is not done. Yeah, I know, Rena. My cigarette went out. Maybe that's a sign. I'm gonna light it back up. Rena, did you pray for that raindrop? Because I had a raindrop that fell right on my cigarette and put it out. PK. So I had lots of cards, but it was the last day, and everything else was full. I couldn't have like 30, 250 gigabyte cards. That would be crazy expensive. Yeah, I get what you're saying. But what I learned was don't put a waterproof camera, or don't trust a waterproof camera to be waterproof. Yeah, like, yeah, I get what you're saying. And maybe the lesson, like, even if like I don't know what the solution would be. Did you have your laptop with you? Maybe like, at the end of the day, like transfer all of your video to the laptop. Uh, but yeah, that sucks, PK. Still good, Ray. My electric bill was 5,000 last month. Yeah, I've I've never had an electric bill that was like 2,000. Normally, my electric bill stayed like 1,000 or less, but Morocco, like the rates have been going up here recently, so it's creeped up over 1,000, and I expect this next electric bill to be cheaper since I was gone. Well, it would be from the 15th, so like there would be 10 days that I wasn't here using no electricity. PK, no, I didn't have a laptop, and my cell signal was garbage on the island. Yeah, and I was camping the whole month, so no access to like Wi-Fi and stuff at night. I completely understand, PK. Yeah, no, I'm not criticizing you. I mean, it's like it sucked it happened to you. I'm just over here trying to brainstorm, like for myself. Like if I learn from your mistake, or not mistake, but learn from your misfortune, and kind of plan for the inevitable bad luck that's gonna befall me while vlogging, because I know like I'm gonna lose footage at some point. I think I haven't really lost any, you know, real footage. Cause normally I'd film, and like make a video right away. PK, just me, my hammock, camera, drone, and my fishing gear. Yeah, I know that's why you're PK Adventure. And I'm Ray sitting on my ass the majority of the time. But all y'all been following my weight loss journey. My goal was 80 kilos, and whenever I got back to the condo, I was 80.5. So I'm right there. I think I said at one point, when I get to 80 kilos, then my next goal was quit smoking. So Rena, it pulled for me to lose 5 kilos overnight. Then I'll quit smoking, and then my next goal will be to start exercising. But I can only do one health improvement thing at a time. I try to do everything at once, none of it'll work, and I'll give all of it up. And like I need some kind of success to build on, and then move to the next thing and have success there. A laptop is a good idea. It would have let me upload everything relatively easy, but a decent laptop was way out of my budget. The whole trip cost less than $800, including $500 plane ticket. Yeah, I know you do the like budget adventure kind of content, but that is definitely the next thing on my list. I want like a good MacBook, you know, where I can do all my editing and do stuff on my live stream with, you know, my laptop, where I can like sync my iPhone with the iMac and be able to do overlays and stuff into my live stream, like insert video clips, and I think you can do that. I think with OBS Studios or something. Anyway, like I want to play with that a little bit. PK, well, it ended up being a couple $100 to replace the camera and the SD card. Yeah. HD OBS Studios. Yeah. Yeah, HD. You know, I've been, you know, I'll probably use multiple things, try them out, and like, I know that they're like, I want to say like OBS Studio is a little more feature rich, but you know, like StreamYard is a little more idiot proof. So like I'm gonna have to see which one like fits me the best. Like I'm thinking I'll probably use StreamYard first, and then as I get up and maybe like get some money where I can get like a switcher to maybe do like multiple cameras or multiple audio sources, or you know, take phone calls, because there's a channel like Richie Rich as in the Philippines. Richie what is it, Richie Rich abroad. I can't think of the channel, but like they do live streams and they take live calls during their live stream. I think it's really cool, and eventually I want to figure out how to do that and talk to people on the live stream where you can call in. I use Streamlabs OBS when I was streaming. It's pretty good. Yeah, you don't need a switcher for OBS Studios. Switcher is built in. Okay, so you could, on OBS, you can take phone calls through OBS. Is that what you're saying? Hey, Chief, PK. John Platt, am the same PK, no Apple for me, waste of money. Have iPad, was a present for my mother that it's paying for the brand. Yeah, and like I hear what you're saying, John, and like I think that way about a lot of things, but I've also like I also because I was anti-Apple. I was 100% anti-Apple. I was Android for a long time, but like after like I like when I think about doing something, I do like tons of research, read tons of reviews, watch tons of videos, and there's a reason why like most YouTube vloggers use Apple. Uh, like the video is better. Uh, it integrates with each other, and uh, like the and Apple's always been that way on computers. Like the 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 which what is like the IBM type PCs, like they were always more advanced with well, not graphics card, but uh, a bunch of different areas. But Apple was always like tops in like video processing. Like it was used by like graphic designers, and for they've always been ahead of the game when it comes to like graphics and video and all that. And so that's the reason I would get a Mac, because I'm only going to use it for editing video and doing things with video. Uh, so I got to become like an Apple graphic designer nerd. PK, Ray, you want to do a podcast type of thing? Maybe eventually. Like if I would like to get to where I like right now I'm enjoying like learning different things, how to do different things. I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do, and make that my main focus. Like, I want to try different things while I'm still early, and find out what works, what doesn't, and just have the experience of doing it. So yeah, I mean, it seems like I'm kind of all over the place, but that's by design. Like I want to like see everything that can be done, and then find out what should be done as far as like making content. PK, definitely John. HD, if you want a physical switcher, it gets expensive. Take a look at Blackmagic Design A10. Yeah, I've looked at. I mean, like it's like a little cheap switcher, to bring audio in with, the jack plug and everything. I haven't done extensive research on it, HD, but I find things like that interesting. I'm one of the weird YouTubers that like actually likes the technical side and the editing and like learning new things. It's it's kind of cool to me. Kind of a nerd, but ATEMs are what big media companies and television. Yeah, I like, I mean, if I got up to that point, like I don't want to start out with that. I want to take baby steps and kind of try different things and see if it has the potential to work, and then make it work better. Like I got to fix my little wireless mics. I like them okay, but if I got to the point where like I was doing like a podcast thing, then yeah, I would probably invest in like a $500 microphone and for the best audio quality and blah blah blah. But that's way down the road. Like I said, I just tried little things and baby steps, see what works. its media compatibility with Apple. Yeah, for video editing and like Apple's always been ahead of the game when it comes to like graphics editing. Uh, not necessarily graphics, because there's PC graphic cards that are amazing, uh, and Apple is kind of fixed with what they do, but the what is it, M4 processor they have now that like integrates everything together, makes everything work faster for specific things. PK said, PK said Macs are a common choice for editing. It's not a bad idea for that, but other brands can do the same for less cost. But if you like all the Apple software integration that I hate, then it's a good idea. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like since I'm doing most of my filming with the iPhone, like I don't know, uh, I may change before then, but I've kind of started down this road from the research that I did with Apple, and there's a reason why like Apple is like number one used for YouTubers. Like it's not just like YouTubers, the majority of them, like they're not making a lot of money, so there's a reason they're paying the cost they are for Apple. But I'm also planning on hiring someone to do my editing. Yeah, I don't think I'll ever get to that point. I mean, I think before I got to that point, I would hire somebody to be talent and, or like film for me, so I don't have to take all of because like I prefer the editing over like filming. Sometimes it's a chore, not a chore, but like I forget I need to take my phone out of my pocket and record something. I don't think about it. I'm just enjoying the moment, and I don't think, hey, I should be filming this. I haven't got to that point yet. So, like, I have to make a conscious effort, like, to film. So I think if I ever kind of got bigger, then, like, I would hire someone to do filming for me. But as far as editing, like I like making the creative choices, whether it works or not. Like if it's something I think is funny or something I think like is like dynamic or like I like trying different things and trying to make it work. It's fun for me. Maybe you, PK, maybe you like you'll get way bigger than me, and then you can hire me to do your editing. HD, the integrated graphics processing in the CPU is not new. Old computers used that tech before. Now graphic cards do so much work that they have a completely different space and power supply. Yeah, like I remember, like back in it was like the later 90s, 2000s, like I had a hobby where, I built my own computer, and like I was looking at doing liquid cooled, but, I've researched, the heat sinks and fans and everything for like cooling for the graphics card, and I was really into it for a short period of time, but now I just want something that works. And I tried editing before, and this is $100 for 4 or 5 long format videos and a bunch of shorts and clips, more than enough for a month worth of videos for YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Okay. Oh yeah, I tried editing before and I absolutely hate it. Dio Ray, $100 per month, you're hired. So you're saying you're gonna pay me like, well, let me get better. Let me get better at it first, PK, because if I did it for like, that'd be like $25 video. You'd have to make sure that you're getting like a return on that investment, and I have to get good enough where I can do everything a lot quicker than I do it now, because like I get it done, but it takes me hours and hours because I'm very particular, and I still haven't learned how to do it. Plus, I'm doing everything on my phone, so my big fat fingers trying to like edit clips with my fingers instead of having a laptop with a mouse where I can be more precise. Like, it's going to make a big difference when I get a laptop. But it's fun. HD said, you don't need liquid cooling unless you're over throttling the CPU. I was. Yeah, I was overclocking. Like I said, I was a hobbyist. Like, I was trying to maximize performance. Like I said, this was like the late 90s, early 2000s. And, you know, like now it's not even really necessary to overclock, like to get the best graphics quality and all that. But, you know, I mean, I had neon in my, lighting inside my case, and I cut out the side of it and had, plexiglass so you could see the inside. It was all lit up, and I was a nerd. HD. I helped a friend set up an oil-cooled computer, like all components sunken in a fish tank full of mineral oil. That's cool. HD. It has to be a CPU that allows you to change the clock speed. Yeah, I was getting most of my parts. You're probably familiar, HD, with Newegg. Newegg.com. I was buying like the different components and then putting it all together. And like I said, I bought the case and cut it out, sanded it down. I used automotive paint, did multiple sanding coats so that, like the outside case was like race car shiny. It's like glossy and it glowed inside. I was a nerd. I'm telling you. Yeah, to get the editing done by someone here in the U.S. would be like 1,000 plus, but I have found a couple guys here that do good and will do it for $100 per month, which is great. That's awesome, PK. 90s and 2000s versus today is a big gap. One GPU today can get up to 900 watt draw. Yeah, Newegg has the parts. Yeah, that's I was big into like computer hobbyist. Yep, Newegg is great. I always build my PCs. Yeah, I'm kind of out of it now, but like I said, and that's how I am. Like I'll get like super into a hobby for a while, and then I'm done. Like it's like, yep, I've experienced this. I've had a good time. I'm gonna move on and try something else now. Like I said, I'm undiagnosed ADD. But I'm hoping YouTube as a hobby kind of takes off, and once I start actually like making some kind of money from YouTube, it'll be an incentive to keep doing it. Like I won't, I might like lose a little interest, but I'll keep doing it because, because all my other hobbies weren't paying for themselves. Like, and it always comes down to, your interest level divided by the expense of the hobby. Like I was really into fishing, and like I was buying, new rods and reels and taking trips down to Grand Isle to go surf fishing, and I had subscriptions to, you know, Louisiana Outdoors, and I was really into fishing. And then the amount of money I was spending on fishing, my interest level in fishing, like, became lower than the financial obligation for that hobby, so I stopped doing it. Same thing with golf. Spent money on golf, spent money on building computers. Uh, so, like, I'm spending money on YouTube, but I'm hoping at some point, like, I'm gonna start to get some of that cost defrayed, and that might encourage me to continue doing it. Like, hopefully my interest level will stay above the amount that it's costing me to do it. Uh, PK said, "You know how Michael is setting up that computer shop? I used to run a place like that where we had 18 computers plus a couple servers, PCs. People pay about an hour to come in and play games." Okay, that's cool. So, like, what time period was that? Was that like during the World of Warcraft deal, or any of that? Like, I never got into World of Warcraft. I loved Blizzard, but I'd play like old school Warcraft and Starcraft and Diablo, and what was the other Blizzard game? There was seemed like there was another one. There was Warcraft, Starcraft, uh, Diablo, and it seemed like there was something else before World of Warcraft. Once the uh, massively mobile online role playing games came out, I kind of lost. That's about the time I lost interest in, like, computer gaming, because, like, I was the type, like, I like turn based strategy type games like Civilization, where I don't have to do anything quick. I can think about my strategy and do my next move. That's why I like Risk. I play Risk on my phone. HD said, "I've moved on from a lot of things due to change in interest level. I still go back to them from time to time." Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of different. I like, pretty much once I move on, I move on. Like, I think I would probably still playing golf occasionally, uh, if once I got in a little better health and shape, get my hip right. That would be fun, but I couldn't see me playing, like, multiple times a week or something. It would be an occasional thing. Like right now, I'm all in on YouTube, meeting new people. Like, it's fun for me. I'm enjoying meeting new people. PK, and we would also do things like drunken all nighters where you pay $20 and play all night long from 3 p.m. to like 10 a.m. Okay, yeah, that sounds like fun. John Blatt, yeah, it's okay, YouTube rave, but it's good to stop you feeling lonely. Yeah, exactly, John. That's what I'm saying. I'm enjoying, like meeting people, and uh, you know, if I'm ever, feeling like bored or whatever, um, instead of calling and bothering one person, like, hey, entertain me. Like, I could just start up a live stream, and whoever comes in, have a chat, have a good time, good stuff. I love, you know, Love you guys. PK and of course drunken all nighters were alcohol fueled. Well, yeah, that's yeah. Unless you're getting drunk on life. HD. It came to the point where I was bushcrafting stuff. All right, I missed where the thread of HD's covered. They do change. Oh, okay. So one of your hobbies was bushcrafting. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if I would be. I like watching it. I like watching like the series Alone where they just drop the people off and they survive. But yeah, that would never be me. I just I would tap out first day. Ain't gonna lie. Warcraft, Starcraft, Diablo, EverQuest. EverQuest was a Blizzard game. It doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't sound. It doesn't sound right. Sure, you're right, but I don't know. Let's see. PK. That was about 20 years ago. We had all those games you mentioned on the computers. Yeah, like that's whenever I was into computer game. Like my favorite computer games of all time, in no particular order, was Heroes of Might and Magic, particularly Heroes of Might and Magic 3, and then 4. 3 and 4, kind of, I think 3 most. Then Civilization, same thing, about 3 or 4. Uh, and what else? Then StarCraft, Warcraft, Diablo, and the other Blizzard game that I just can't think of for some reason. But I know that there was one that I'm not thinking of. And let's see. No, I hate turn-based strategy. LOL, I love MMORPGs. I actually beta test World of Warcraft for Blizzard. Yeah, I love turn. Well, see, I don't like. I like strategy. Love strategy. Like I said, that's why I like Heroes of Might and Magic. Like, you know, it wasn't um, like even the battles, like you planned out the battle, and it wasn't like real time where everything's happening all at once. And like I get frustrated, or not frustrated, but I get frazzled. It's like there's too much shit going on. It's like just give me a second. I don't like first person shooters and like it stresses me out. Uh, Age of Empires, Command and Conquer. Yeah, I didn't really play those as much, but those are definitely types of games I would like because like Command and Conquer was also, like a turn based. But I've never played World of Warcraft. Me either. Like there, like I boycotted all of those like because uh, it uh, like I was opposed to paying for a game and then paying for the right to play the game that I already paid for. Like that shit just rubbed me the wrong way. It's like I am not paying for this game and then paying a monthly subscription to play this game that I paid for. Like that just did not seem right to me. Like StarCraft, I paid the game and then Blizzard had BattleNet where you could play online for free. Like it was a support for the game. That made sense. I'm like, I don't mind paying a little extra and get that. But but when they started charging a subscription to play a game you already paid for, screw that bullshit. HC, yeah, I went out into the backcountry in Alaska at one point. I ate some wild blueberries. Okay. Yeah, that's uh, PK. I love Alone. I do too. Like I love watching it. Like I said, but I would definitely tap out first day. Lone Ranger. Good evening, Sir Ray. 6 a.m. here, having some uh, new gutters installed this morning. Good to see you again. I see there's another typhoon. Yeah, it doesn't really affect me here. Like Tagaytay is pretty much typhoon proof because way up on the mountain. So so now that I'm back home, like I'm safe. And what kind of gutters are you getting installed? I've installed gutters a few times in my life. I never did it for a living, but somebody needed it done. I could do it. I took the time to like learn about it. I know it's like I think it's like I forget what the ratio was. It was like a 10-inch fall over, was it 20 feet or something like that to properly install gutters. Anyway, I researched it all, and I don't know. PK, I actually am planning on doing a bunch of like only eat what catch and forage for X number of days and stuff like that. Yeah, that'd be cool. I'll definitely watch it, PK. Maybe you're thinking of the Overwatch series from Blizzard. No, Overwatch was past my time. Maybe I'm thinking that there was more than there actually is. But I know that for a while, like Blizzard, if they put out something, I played it. Another game that I liked, and I know I said I didn't like first person shooters, but it was, what was that game? It was like really big for a while. I can't think of it. I'll think of it in a minute. Let me go back to the comments. Uh, HD, maybe we'll play some StarCraft at a computer shop at one point. I got really good at it, but it's been over 2 decades since I last really played. Same with me, HD. What did you like to play? Like the Zerg, the Protoss, or the humans? Like, uh, I think I was the best at the Protoss because I'm more of like a defensive build up kind of strategy. Like, playing the Zerg, you got to be more like aggressive, like build quick, attack quick. That's just not my style. But like the Protoss was like more powerful in the later stages of the game. So if you could survive longer, then like you could just dominate. Let's see. Where are we at? Where are we at? Yeah, I hate buying and then subscription. Yeah. Lone Ranger. Seamless aluminum gutters. Got everything ready to rent out the house and moving to Ilo. That's awesome. Like, we'll, we'll definitely meet up one day once you get settled. Like, I'll be back that way to, like, I've got friends over there now. You're going to be one of them. So, like, I plan on constantly bouncing around, hanging out with friends. Uh, I know. I have people that'll want to visit me, and the guy dies, so I have to be at home some to be here to entertain myself. But but yeah, I like going and visiting people. I watch Greg uh, Ovens and Zach Fowler on their YouTube channels. They were on Alone. Fowler was the ginger that won one of the seasons. Oven was the one that cast a fishing rod really weird. Yeah, I don't know their name. Zach Fowler sounds familiar. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I watched uh, their them. HD. I was a Protoss player. I can play Terran 2 if I like to play tricky. Yeah, I play Terran 2, but like the Zerg are, you know, like I said, they're powerful in the beginning. Um, like if you're the type that likes to build quick and like you're more of an attacking player, yeah, Zerg was the way to go. But that's just not my style. Are you thinking of Unreal Tournament, Day of Defeat, or Counter Strike? No, not with first person shooter. It was like this alien base that was overrun. It was like a science base, and you were like one guy, and there was these uh, there's these like things that were on people's face, kind of like the alien uh, things that cover the face, and the people were like zombies with the things on their face. And what was the name of that game? But it was a really cool game. No, it wasn't Doom. Uh, I think I usually played Zerg and just Swarm, but it's been so long. Yeah, like the Zerg players, they like you can overwhelm somebody quick. I was much more like a platformer. I beat Mario from 6 to 8 minutes. The world record is sub 5 minutes, 4:50. Yeah, and see, like I played all those games, but I was never like good at any of those games. They're, uh, any kind of reflex type games, not really my thing because I'm more, you know, like strategic, and I like to think out through my things. Big Ace is nice HD. Uh, but that one game, I'm trying to think. I'll think of it in a second. It'll come to me. Uh, but it was like I really liked that game. It was you know the first game it would surprise you, and it had like story. Separate, remember me? Hey Cyril, uh, I haven't seen you in a while. What you been up to? Where are you from? Remind me where you're from. Uh, uh, let's late '90s. Uh, let's see. Half Life. That was the name of it. That was the name of that game. Half Life. PK. Yeah, I always got the bad controller when I played Mario. Yeah, I blamed it on the controller too all the time. Cyril says I had a PK. Yeah, I always blame it on the controller. Yep, not my fault. But I'll mess you up in some weak golf. Yeah, I remember when we had the Super Nintendo. I used to like there was this strategy game, and it was from Japan, and uh, I mean I guess all the games were from Japan, but it was like it wasn't released in the U.S. I don't know how we ended up with a copy of it, but it was like a turn-based Japanese war strategy game. That was pretty cool. I used to play that game because like I said, I like games like Risk. HD, I got to get going to get ready pretty soon. Helping out a friend, picking him up and dropping him off at the dealership. Yeah, I know HD, you're a good friend, and How long have I been on here? I did a long one earlier today, so probably not gonna be on as long tonight. I just wanted to have a cup of coffee with y'all. It's back my normal time. I'm gonna wait for Cyril to remind me where he is before I get off here. So Cyril, so I can finish the live stream here pretty quick. You gotta tell me where you're at. And tomorrow I'll try to get back to like my normal time, starting at about 6 to 7 p.m. until in Cebu. Okay, Cyril. Yeah, it's been a while since been on a live stream. PK said, "Oh, okay. So Half-Life was on Valve before Valve became Steam. It was a platform Counter-Strike and Day of Defeat were built off of." Yeah. Like the Half-Life engine was used for like a lot of games because it was you know kind of revolutionary at the time. We had Half-Life at the game center. Yeah, like I love like Half-Life was probably the only like first-person shooter game that I actually liked because there was also like strategy elements. You had to almost like puzzle solving. Like you had to figure out how to do things to get somewhere. I don't know. I liked it. PK said yeah, but like I said, it was the only like first person shooter game that I liked back in the day, and very atmospheric. Like without Half-Life, there probably wouldn't have been any. What's the kind of like the horror genre first person shooters. Like what's the I don't know why I haven't had enough sleep. My mind's just blanking out on everything. It should be easy to. Yeah, Doom. Well, I think Doom might have been before Half-Life. We had big tournaments with cash prizes for those three games. Duke Nukem. Yeah, see, they were all around the same time, but I'm talking about the like they've put out like multiple movies of this game with like the like demonic dogs and Resident Evil. That's what I'm thinking. I was saying like without like Half-Life, there wouldn't have been like Resident Evil and like the other like games like that. Silent Hill, yeah. PK said, I get some rest, Ray. Yeah, like I don't like without the popularity of Half-Life, I don't think you know. I mean, Doom had some of that aspect too, but Doom wasn't as like story driven, atmospheric. Like Doom was just straight up. Resident Evil, yeah. There's fire at the road next to our house. All right, well, HD is out of here. Resident Evil, Biohazard, yeah. Like I could probably play some of those games, but I'd probably same game, different name. Yeah. I could probably play some of those games, but I'd probably, tire of them pretty quickly. You know, yeah, Doom equals blast everything. Yeah, and that's just not my style. You know, I'm more think it through first instead of just run and blast. But yeah, guys, I am about talked out. You guys have been great. I'm glad. Like I like that we get on different topics every live stream. You know, we we don't have to always talk about everything Philippines. Depends on who's watching. I like talking about lots of stuff. I got lots of interest. I like learning about stuff. But anyway, I'm gonna start before I start rambling again. You guys are awesome. I appreciate the time that you give me, and you mean the world to me. Someone said something. Okay, thanks, Ray, and chat next time. All right, John. Right all. Who dat? I love you all.